I don't agree when politicians leave Albania and they start undermining the credibility of people in power.
Yes.
That can be damaging.
Yes.
But that does not mean that we cannot be aware of the realities of Albania. So it's a very tight rope condition, and diplomacy has its limitations, but it's important.
How is your relationship with Prime Minister Edi Rama? Are you on sort of a let's go have a coffee basis, or, telephone call? Do you ever ring him up and say, oh, I don't like this, or is this true, or is it a more formal sort of relationship between you?
I think it's a formal relationship. We have common friends. But I, as I said before, I know my limitations, so it's not a relationship that I
what did you do that for? And may I ask about Salih Berisha as well? Do you have a similar level of relationship with him, or less?
Well, it's been many years since I've met with the former President Berisha. Obviously, I'm speaking to a lot of people within the opposition, and we're talking about it's a very critical phase for the opposition.
Yes, indeed.
The last elections, the opposition got 33% of the vote, with a coalition of over 30 political parties.
Yes.
And this really has created a situation where the opposition are in a critical position where they have to make decisions.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they've entered this chain effect situation where infighting has damaged the credibility. The opposition deputies are more a representation of the government in 2013, not really a representation of a future of Albania in 2026. So it's a time where we have to understand that patience is important, but people don't have patience. People want change.
Yes.
But to bring change, you have to provide an alternative.
And stability.
It's not only stability, but it's actually to have, you're offering something which is a difference, offering a change.
And not just offering criticism of the status quo. This is what I found a lot of in the election campaign. I wanted to hear people's ideas, people's plans, people's manifesto, and all I heard was, you've done this, you've done that, you're a horrible person. Yes, we know that, but give me something new,
So currently the government have 83 deputies of parliament. I don't think there's any logical discussions for a coalition government. I think those are more political ploy within the opposition. But in 2027, Albania will be on the limelight with the NATO summit, where we'll have all the global leaders. The question is, what will happen after 2027? And when I speak to people on the opposition, I say, be patient, understand the timings, but think of 2029. What are you going to offer? What will be the changes? And will you be in a position to provide that alternative?
Yes.
So it's they have to really look at the situation within the political frameworks, and the hard decisions have to be made.
What about some of the emerging parties or leaders, that we saw in the last election? There was Adriatic Lapai, Andri Shabani, who's now the ombudsman, Agron Shehai, they all fought very hard in different ways, but there was little sort of outcome. Is there any advice for them? Do you wish that perhaps, while still maintaining some neutrality, wish that they'd had more oomph, so to speak, in the outcome? How do you feel about these? Because we need young people, we need new faces from either side.
Maybe it's the influence of my father, but I've always been a supporter of the underdogs.
Yeah.
And when you see young politicians who have something to give to the society, to Albania, it's something which I want to support them. I have a very good relationship with Agron Shehai. Even with his main offices are within the compound of the royal family. So I see him quite often. I believe that he is a very institutional leader. He's very astute. He has the advantage of a little bit of a foreign background from his time in Italy. But he's able to adapt, and he's able to understand the current circumstances of the situation in Albania. At the same time, with Princ Leka, I've known him for many years. I consider him as a friend, and I admire his guts. I mean, sitting outside the Prime Minister's office in the middle of winter with a great team of friends and supporters is something which is gutty. The thing is, will they be able to have the measures and tools of actually saying, we are a real alternative? If you trust us,
Yes.
if you give us our votes, we will
Do things differently.
change things. So, hence my previous questions, big decisions have to be made, but I support them morally in that sense,
Yes.
because of friendship, but also because I like the
The underdogs.
who take the fight.
Grassroots, sort of.